Adele. Over 100 million records sold, a global icon of strength. Yet in the private earthquake of her divorce, who was actually there to catch her? Right there is the core paradox of Taurus. Immense power that somehow builds a wall of profound isolation. And this isn't a personality flaw. Honestly, it's a spiritual design. A visionary named Barbara Vonga labeled it the silent curse and uncovered 14 hidden reasons behind it. We're about to walk through each one, starting with the reason you've definitely seen, but never really understood. You've witnessed this pattern, that deep strength that pushes help away instead of attracting it. With Taurus, that's not just a personality quirk. According to prophetic astrologer Barbara Vonga, this is a spiritual design at work. Through her lens, we can decode the karmic and psychological forces that create what she calls the Taurus paradox. She identified 14 hidden reasons a Taurus often ends up isolated, and we'll count them down layer by layer, from the outer surface to the core truth. As we move through this list, I want you to do two things. If you're a Taurus, notice which reason hits you in the gut. If you love or know a Taurus, think about the moments when their strength has felt less like support and more like an impenetrable wall. Honestly, share your insights and experiences in the comments. Your stories are crucial data for our collective understanding. Let's begin. The 14th reason, the barrier you have definitely seen up close, is what Vonga calls the curse of silent strength. A Taurus possesses an almost supernatural ability to endure pain without showing it. They can be in the middle of an internal hurricane, yet present a face of absolute calm. People see this stoicism and mistake it for control. They see the composure and assume it's confidence. The result? No one offers help, because no one believes it's needed. That silence, meant to be a shield, hardens into a wall that guarantees they face the hardest battles alone. This phenomenon, this thick, polished shield of stoicism that Taurus wears, is the first and most visible barrier. According to the prophetic insights of Barbara Vonga, this is reason number 14, the curse of silent strength. We see this archetype projected onto global stages. Think of a powerhouse Taurus like Adele. Throughout her career, she has radiated an image of unshakable resolve and private resilience, navigating immense personal challenges while maintaining a public face of control. That projection is powerful. It's magnetic. But it also sends a clear subconscious signal. I don't need help. It's the classic Taurus performance. Now zoom in. Imagine a Taurus colleague after a major project fails. While others panic, the Taurus is unnervingly calm, methodically organizing the next steps. You assume they have a secret plan, that they see a solution you don't. So you stay back. As a psychological astrologer, I've seen this exact scene play out more times than I can count. You don't offer help because their competence feels like a fortress. In reality, that fortress is a facade, and inside, they are shouldering the weight of the failure completely alone. This leads directly to the second barrier. Reason number 13, the pride of the earth. This isn't the fragile ego of arrogance. It's a pride that feels ancient, inherited from generations who survived by relying on nothing but their own two hands and the ground beneath their feet. A Taurus would rather quietly struggle through a financial crisis than accept a handout that feels like pity. To them, accepting help can feel like a forfeiture of dignity, and that dignity is sacred. This sacred value, however, unintentionally builds a wall. People feel that I've got this energy radiating from them and hesitate to intervene, not out of malice, but out of respect for what seems like an unbreakable sense of self-possession. As Vonga noted, this pride can become a prison, one whose walls are built with honor, but which nonetheless isolates the inmate. And when that pride is combined with their defining virtue, it creates the most painful dynamic of all. This is reason number 12, the loyalty trap. A Taurus gives everything to the people they love. They are the friend you call at 2 a.m. when your world is falling apart, the one who listens without judgment and offers solid ground. They do this so consistently, so selflessly, that a dangerous assumption takes root, that they don't need anything in return. Their love becomes a utility, their strength a given. And honestly, that's where it starts to hurt. When the Taurus finally reaches their own breaking point, when they are the ones who need that 2 a.m. call, their phone remains silent. The world has been conditioned to see them as the eternal provider, the unwavering rock. People simply forget that even mountains can erode, and that the strongest person in the room is often the one who needs a helping hand the most. These 3 traits, this silent strength, this sacred pride, this relentless loyalty, form the visible outer fortifications of the Taurus paradox. But they are merely the symptoms. You might think that's the whole story. It's not. The root cause, the reason the universe itself seems to conspire to leave Taurus to fend for themselves, is coded into their very karmic blueprint. Understanding that is where we move from psychology to destiny. So, what is this karmic blueprint we spoke of? It starts with a fundamental cosmic lesson, and honestly, it can be brutal. The 11th reason no one helps a Taurus, the karma of self-reliance. Through the prophetic lens of Barbara Vonga, Taurus is the sign specifically chosen to master this lesson. Think of it like a video game. The universe throws the Taurus character into a mandatory solo level right at the beginning. While other players are forming parties and chatting on headsets, Taurus is in the dark, figuring out how to defeat the bosses, track down the resources, and build their fortress completely alone. This isn't punishment, it's divine preparation. By completing this level, they unlock a rare, legendary skill, absolute self-sufficiency. But here's where it backfires. When they re-enter the main game, everyone sees their high-level gear, their steady eyes, their unflappable confidence, and quietly assumes they've got it. They don't need backup on this quest. The very training that once ensured their survival now guarantees their solitude. Help is rarely offered because from the outside, Taurus looks like they've already beaten the game on expert mode. This forced self-reliance naturally forges the next layer of their defense, which is the 10th reason, the aura of control. A Taurus projects this steady field of calm, grounded stability, even when their inner world is in absolute chaos. And this aura, it creates distance. As Barbara Vonga explains, this energy field is both their protection and their prison. It protects them because it repels panic and keeps them centered when everything around them is shaking. But it becomes a prison because it broadcasts a strong, unspoken message into the room. I have this under control. Friends and family pick up on that. They see the calm exterior, the composed routine, and they hesitate. They don't want to insult Taurus's competence or barge into what looks like a very private, carefully managed process. Their help suddenly feels redundant, almost disrespectful, like they'd be questioning Taurus's ability to handle their own life. But what happens when this carefully controlled world is pierced by betrayal, loss, or real heartbreak? That's where we meet the 9th reason, their slow-burning forgiveness. A Taurus does not forget. Every hurt, every disappointment settles inside them like thin layers of sediment on the ocean floor of their soul. They might forgive, they might even smile and move on, but the weight of that memory stays lodged in the system. This isn't about being petty or clinging to a grudge. It's an energetic reality. Others can feel this emotional density without needing the backstory. When they get close to Taurus, they sense the history there, the potential to brush against a deep, ancient pain, and they back away. People hold back their support because they're terrified of reopening a wound they feel completely unqualified to heal. Let's be real. The sheer depth of a Taurus's emotional world is intimidating, so they keep what they think is a respectful, safe distance. That ends up being profoundly unhelpful. These karmic forces, the mandate of self-reliance, the aura of control, and the heavy memory of past hurts, form the very architecture of Taurus's solitude. The one thing to be tested by karma once in a while, it's something else entirely to walk around carrying the weight of lifetimes inside your chest. We've explored the outer structure, the visible design. Now we're going to step into the crushing inner world of a Taurus, starting with the old soul's burden that makes them feel ancient and profoundly alone. So what exactly is this old soul's burden I keep hinting at? That's where reason number 8 comes in. The weight of being an old soul in an aggressively modern world. The prophet Barbara Vonga once called Taurus an old soul trapped in new wars. That line sounds poetic at first, but it's describing something very real. Many Taurus people are carrying a spiritual and karmic weight that doesn't belong to this lifetime alone. It's the echo of ancestral struggles humming in their nervous system, the residue of past life debts that never quite got paid. They move through life like energetic sponges, soaking up the pain and anxiety of everyone around them, quietly feeling this deep, unspoken responsibility to keep everything from falling apart. And is crushing. It makes them profoundly, almost existentially alone. How are you supposed to fully connect with people when you feel like you've lived 1,000 years and they're just getting started? People can feel that ancient gravity around Taurus. They might not have words for it, but they know it's there. Trying to help a Taurus starts to feel like you're interrupting something sacred and ancient. It's like offering a band-aid to a mountain. The scale is wrong, so people instinctively step back, keeping their distance, honoring a weight they can sense but can't understand. This drops us straight into reason number 7, the fear of their silence. Have you ever felt that? That heavy, charged silence from a Taurus that makes you just back away, suddenly very aware of every word in your mouth? It lands like a wall, a judgment, a punishment. But here's what's actually going on. That silence isn't an attack. It's their sanctuary. It's the sacred inner room they retreat to so they can process overwhelming emotion, digest the world's chaos, and slowly rebuild their internal foundations. For them, that silence is a state of deep transformation. To someone on the outside, though, it feels like a contained storm. You can't see what's happening in there, so your mind fills the blank space with worst-case scenarios. People get scared of saying the wrong thing, of accidentally triggering an eruption, so they go with the safest move. They retreat. They leave the Taurus alone, right at the moment when that Taurus might actually be craving quiet, non-verbal, no-pressure companionship the most. Their silence becomes both their armor and their isolation chamber. And then we hit one of the most tragic paradoxes of all, reason number 6, the curse of competence. A Taurus often has this rare, devastating capability. They can handle challenges with a calm, methodical precision that is honestly breathtaking. Crisis hits, and they're the one who fixes the problem, manages the moving parts, stabilizes the chaos, usually without a single complaint. The world watches them do this over and over and comes to a very simple, very dangerous conclusion. They don't need help. Their sheer talent gets misread as total self-sufficiency. Since they can carry the weight, the world quietly decides to let them. This is the dark edge of their strength. The same ability that keeps them standing is what calls their solitude to them. Their competence turns into a gilded cage. People admire them from the outside for their incredible strength, while inside they're exhausted, overstretched, and painfully alone. Because nobody can imagine that the strong one might be the one who desperately needs a hand. Stop. We've gone through their history, their psychology, their burdens. We've mapped the logical stuff, the patterns, the behaviors, the coping mechanisms. But what comes next is different. The next reasons aren't qualities you dissect with your mind. They're forces you feel in your body. They're the invisible energies that radiate from a Taurus, the raw, primal frequency that explains why so many people, even the ones who deeply love them, instinctively keep just a little bit of distance. We've officially moved past psychology and into physics. At this point, we're talking about the primal forces you feel in your gut when you're around a Taurus. You know, the stuff you can't quite explain, but you absolutely feel. The first of these forces, the fifth reason overall, is what I call their emotional gravity. A Taurus's feelings are not light or fleeting. They're dense, heavy, like they have a mass of their own. That weight creates a powerful field around them. And honestly, people instinctively respect this depth. They sense that a Taurus's emotions are not to be trifled with. But that same gravity is intimidating. It makes others hesitate to get too close, afraid their own problems will seem trivial, or that they'll be pulled into an emotional orbit they can't escape. The Taurus becomes the anchor for everyone else, holding things steady for the entire system. Yet almost no one stops to check whether that anchor is cracking under the strain. Then we have the fourth and perhaps most powerful reason, the hidden volcano. This is what the prophetic eye of Barbara Vonga identified as the core of their isolating power. On the surface, a Taurus presents a calm landscape. Think of a peaceful green valley, predictable, serene, a place you can rely on. But deep beneath that soil, tectonic plates are grinding. Every silent disappointment, every unacknowledged sacrifice is another degree of heat added to a molten core of emotion. The pressure builds, unseen, unheard. People don't consciously know a volcano is there, but their primal brain senses it. It picks up the faint tremor, the immense dormant power, the uncrossable line that says, "Do not disturb." Interfering feels almost like sacrilege, like you might trigger something catastrophic, so people admire the landscape from a safe distance, never daring to set foot in what they perceive as sacred and volatile ground. Finally, the third reason is the test of time. A Taurus's endurance is legendary. It's a cosmic test, designed to forge unparalleled resilience. They can wait, persevere, and hold steady when the rest of the world is in chaos. But this very patience becomes a barrier to receiving help. Their ability to endure gets misread as a lack of immediate need. People look at them and think, they're okay, they can handle it, they have time. This cosmic test of patience, which grants them immense wisdom, simultaneously broadcasts to the world that support is not urgent. It's a tragic paradox. The very quality that makes them so strong ensures they're perceived as the last person who needs support. It's a strength that starves itself. These three primal forces, gravity, the volcano, and time, explain why people instinctively keep their distance. But the final two reasons, they're different. They're not just about Taurus's nature, they're about ours. The next reason reveals the uncomfortable truth about why how we heights are afraid to help them. It's a phenomenon called the mirror effect, and let's be real, it will force you to look at yourself. We've explored primal forces that radiate from Taurus, but these final two reasons are different. They're not about Taurus's nature, they're about our own. The second to last reason why no one helps Taurus is called the mirror effect. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Helping a Taurus forces us to confront our own inadequacies. Their quiet, unwavering strength doesn't just manage a crisis. It stands as an unflinching mirror. In their resilience, we see our impatience. In their integrity, we see the compromises we've made. In their self-reliance, we are face to face with our dependencies and fears. And most people can't stand what they see there. It's easier to turn away. It's easier to assume they've got it than to face the reality that we don't. So people instinctively retreat, not from Taurus, but from the version of themselves that Taurus reveals. And now, we arrive at the ultimate truth. The number one reason why help rarely comes to a Taurus. This isn't a reason, it's a revelation. It's a prophecy. As the seer Barbara Vonga revealed, the journey of a Taurus is deliberately, divinely solitary. Their loneliness is not a flaw, a mistake, or an accident of personality. It is the sacred design. Because for a Taurus, solitude is not punishment. It is divine preparation. Solitude is the training ground. It's the crucible where they are forced to mine their own bedrock, to discover an unshakable power that cannot be granted or supported by anyone else. The universe withholds help not to be cruel, but to make sure Taurus finds the one thing it came here to master: absolute self-sovereignty. Every battle they face alone is not a sign of abandonment. It is an initiation, and that is the prophecy. Solitude isn't their curse. It is their coronation. But this divine path of isolation is not a life sentence. There is a way to break the cycle, to keep the strength and lose the loneliness. And it all comes down to redefining one single word. So what is that one single word? It isn't vulnerability. It's not surrender. The word we have to redefine if we want to break this cycle is strength. Throughout this journey, we've seen how the core pillars of the Taurian spirit, their silent endurance, their unshakable pride, their fierce loyalty, can quietly forge the bars of an emotional prison. This is where the prophecy meets the pavement, because until a Taurus learns to show their pain, they will keep facing their hardest battles alone. The ultimate cosmic lesson is this: true strength is not about carrying everything yourself. Strength is the wisdom to know when to let others help carry part of the weight. It's the moment you stop proving you can do it all and start allowing yourself to be supported. This is the final invitation. For every Taurus listening right now, your challenge is to embrace this new definition, to intentionally show a crack in the mountain, not as a sign of collapse, but as an opening for light and help to get in. That tiny crack is not weakness, it's the doorway. And for everyone who knows and loves a Taurus, your invitation is to be the one who doesn't wait for the mountain to crumble. See the silence, not as a wall, but as a quiet request. Offer your support without needing an invitation. Be the one who breaks through. This is how we break the curse. This is how we find connection and strength. If you're ready to decode the hidden truths of the zodiac and turn astrological wisdom into real-world power, subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments, what was your biggest realization about Taurus today?